Welcome back to Moving Charts for the weekly analysis. Looking at SPY, after this bearish RSI divergence that it formed in early June, SPY has been trading within this range of 755 and 720. Also looks like it is forming an ascending triangle pattern. The price range between 755 and 758 is acting as a strong resistance. Last two times when it reaches this price range, it is pulled down, and this time also we can see it is pulled down with the head and shoulder pattern on the lower time frame, like hourly or 4 hour. The price opened the gap down yesterday, breaking below this head and shoulder pattern, and even in today's price action also, it's high rejection from this neckline. So now this 740 or 741 will act as a resistance in the upcoming sessions. If we take a FIP retracement between this swing low and swing high, and last two times price tested this 23.6% FIP retracement. So if price breaks below this support level, then the next support level will be around 708. Looking at the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, price is rejected at this 755 resistance for almost 4 or 5 weeks. And if you look at this candlestick pattern at the second edge, if you take this as a double top, we have this hanging man candle on July 1st week, followed by a bearish inside bar. And this week it printed a follow through bearish candle. Good thing is it's still holding the 9 EMA and weekly time frame, but when it took the support last two times, it could not break this resistance. Looking at hourly time frame, looking at the recent price action on the hourly time frame, it had this double top pattern, and then this neckline started acting as a resistance, which ended up a gap down opening yesterday. Now price has this head and shoulder pattern, and also price rejected at this neckline breakdown during today's trading session. The next support level we have is 735.8, followed by 731.32 on the hourly time frame, and the major support at 723.24. Looking at NVDIA on the daily time frame, NVDIA took support at this 200 SMA with a double bottom pattern setup here. Then it moved to test this resistance up to 12.75. The interesting part is NVIDIA has this inverted head and shoulder pattern, while it's keep getting rejected at this resistance of 12.75, and it also holding the 20 EMA for a few days now. Breaking above this resistance and turning it as a support will help it to test this 235 resistance. If it breaks below this trend line support and turn this level as a resistance, then the chances are high to come and test this support or even fill this gap. Looking at the weekly time frame, so on the weekly time frame also, NVIDIA is holding this EMA support. It also had this bullish candlestick pattern setup right at the support level, but still sees rejection at this resistance. And also on the larger time frame, it has this bearish RSI divergence. So 12.75 is the resistance, and the immediate support we have is 200, followed by 191, and we have 185. Looking at SIRI, SIRI had a nice run up from 23.24 to 31, and price rejected strongly at this 31 level, forming a bearish RSI divergence. Currently, price is reacting from this lower time frame double top neckline resistance. So if price breaks below this trend line resistance and turn this price range as a resistance, then the chances are high to come and test the support around 23-24. Looking at the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, price is near the 200 SMA and seeing rejection from this 30-31 level. And weekly time frame also we can see this RSI bearish divergence. So looks like it may pull down to test the support around 26.3. Looking at KHC. The KHC on the weekly time frame after breaking out from this falling wedge and moved from 23.7 to 27 level and tested this major resistance. Price is currently little elevated from the 20 EMA on the weekly time frame. So it may either consolidate or pull back to test this support around 24.3. If it breaks above 27, if it breaks above this 27.25 resistance and turns this as a support, then the chances are high to test this resistance around 30.71. At the daily time frame, price is now trading above 20 and 200 SMAs, and the 20 EMA crossed over 200 SMA. Today it printed a nice bullish inside bar near the 20 EMA and daily time frame. Also from this fair value gap level. It also has the earnings to be released on August 1st week.